Futsal is the most widely played indoor sport in Malaysia, and it produces a specific injury pattern that differs from outdoor football in ways that matter for prevention and treatment. Understanding which injuries happen most often and why helps you make better decisions about warm-up, load management, and when to seek treatment. The most common injury in futsal is the lateral ankle sprain, accounting for roughly a third of all acute futsal injuries in published surveillance data. The mechanism is almost always an inversion twist during a sudden direction change, a landing from a jump, or a collision that forces the foot into plantar flexion and inversion simultaneously. What makes futsal ankle sprains clinically distinct from those in outdoor football is the playing surface. Futsal is played on smooth hard rubber or synthetic flooring that absorbs almost no mechanical energy. Every landing, pivot, and change of direction transmits forces directly through the ankle with minimal attenuation. Compare this to natural turf, which deforms slightly under load and dissipates some of that force. Sala shoes compound the problem. They are designed for flat-footed mobility and grip, not cushion impact protection. Players with a prior ankle sprain who have not completed proprioceptive rehabilitation carry 2 to 3 times the re-injury risk of those with a full rehabilitation history. Proprioceptive training, exercises that challenge reactive ankle stabilization through single leg balance, lateral band walks, and progressively complex footwork drills, is among the most evidence-supported injury prevention interventions in sports medicine. Yet most recreational futsal players in Malaysia have not completed proprioceptive training after an ankle sprain, which explains why re-injury in the same ankle is the most common pattern seen in futsal injury clinics. A single grade 1 ankle sprain that is taped, rested for 1 week, and returned to sport without rehabilitation leaves the ligament mechanically intact, but the ankle's neuromuscular control system disrupted until it is specifically retrained, and that disruption persists for years if left unaddressed. The second most common injury category is hamstring and quadriceps strains. Futsal demands explosive acceleration from standing starts on a compact court, with sprints that are short, intense, and separated by rapid decelerations. Hard surface deceleration requires greater force production over a shorter distance than on grass, meaning the hamstring absorbs significantly higher eccentric loads with each sprint and stop cycle. Fatigue is the primary risk amplifier. Most futsal hamstring injuries occur in the second half of a session when neuromuscular control and explosive force production have both declined. If you are playing 60 minutes, the warm-up that prepared you for the first half does not adequately protect you for the second. The neuromuscular system has been depleted, and the hamstring is absorbing each explosive effort with less protective co-contraction around it. Knee injuries are the third major category. MCL sprains occur during the valgus loading of slide tackles and contact collisions, ranging from minor, grade 1 strains to complete tears, needing 6 to 12 weeks of rehabilitation. A common error, MCL sprains at grade 1 often do not prevent players from finishing the session, and players who complete a game on a partially sprained MCL in a protective valgus gait pattern arrive at rehabilitation with a more complex injury than they started with. Meniscus injuries occur in the rapid pivoting movements and low crouching positions central to futsal play, where combined compression and rotation loads on the cartilage are highest. Goalkeeper injuries have a specific profile distinct from outfield players. Wrist fractures and finger dislocations from diving on the hard court surface are significantly more common in futsal than outdoor football, where the grass provides a landing cushion. Hip and shoulder contusions from hard floor contact are a consistent feature of goalkeeper injuries across all playing levels. Chronic overuse injuries are less dramatic but more career limiting. Plantar fasciitis and medial tibial stress syndrome Both appear in regular futsal players, typically those playing 3 or more sessions per week without structured load management. Adequate rest between sessions, at minimum 1 full day off between futsal sessions, is the most underused prevention strategy because fatigue is the shared risk factor running through almost every futsal injury type. The full futsal injury guide with specific prevention protocols and return to play criteria for each injury type is in the link in the description.